Hey, I'm Brian Malow, and we are live from the 73rd Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting in beautiful Lindau, Germany. And of our 630 young scientists and 35 Nobel laureates, I'm speaking with 3 of our attendees this year. Actually, technically, they're not all attendees this year, but they are participants in this year's Sciathon. And I'll introduce Claire and Ufuk and Surabhi. And why don't I have one of you tell me what the Sciathon is?
Sciathon is like a marathon, with the science ideas. You work on 48 hours, you pitch an idea, and then you develop that in 48 hours with alumni and young scientists. It's a very exciting journey. You meet people from different time zone, and you work together. It's like the whole day, 24 hours, you work. Either one person is in America, other person is in India.
Right, you had 10 team members spread across time zones.
Yes, exactly.
So sometimes some people slept and other people were working.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's how we did.
And none of you knew each other.
Yes.
The Sciathon ideas, there was a theme for the Sciathon, physics,
for the environment,
as a driver for a sustainable world.
Yes, yeah.
So there were physics ideas, but with environmental consequences.
Yes, exactly.
Or sustainability issues. So was this a project idea that existed before the Sciathon, or did you come up with the idea because of the Sciathon?
For the Sciathon, I pitched that idea and then
Okay.
we developed it during the 48 hours.
Okay.
So it's like
All the projects originated with a Lindau alumni. So
Yes.
you previously
Yes.
attended.
Yes, I'm a 2018 alumni.
And
for
what kind of
physiology
meeting was
and
2000?
medicine.
Physiology and medicine?
Medicine. So
What's your area of expertise?
I'm a lecturer in clinical genetics, so I train biomedical scientist.
Okay.
So I also work on neurodegenerative disorders. So that's my background. I'm more into genomic studies.
Okay.
Genetics and genomics, and finding the causative of hereditary disorders and stuff like that. And do you want to?
Excellent. And then let me ask Claire. Claire is also a Lindau alumna. I found it. It took me 3 tries, but I found the word. And when did you attend, and what kind of meeting?
I attended in 2022 in chemistry. So I was trained as a chemist for my undergrad, and I just got in my master's in applied physics. So I'm very excited to be here for the physics year. So I'm learning a lot.
Nice.
And I'm currently working in the area of material science for my PhD.
Excellent. And Ufuk?
so
You're a physics attendee this year.
exactly. So my background is like in computational astrophysics, so that's why my master thesis is about. But I'm not so interested in the astrophysics part, more on the computational part.
Really?
Yeah. So I do mostly like write a pipeline using code, and I'm more interested in the machine learning. And in October I will start my PhD using AI for the environment. So that's why the project was.
Oh yeah. So tell me about the project. What was the project idea?
The project idea is cleaning up the planet using physical engineering. So around 460 million tons of plastics are produced every year, and at least 20 million tons of plastics are dumped in the environment, and about 2 million is in the ocean. And the aquatic animals, they eat up, and it becomes part of microplastic in the stomach, and we also consume.
We don't even know the
plastics.
consequences yet
Yes.
of all this plastic that's in us.
Yes, so our project is kind of engineering those enzymes using thermodynamic properties, and then make a prototype so that we can release that in the environment as a warrior doll, because we have to fight against the plastic.
So tell me, what do you mean a warrior doll? And this idea. So this is a genetics project, right? Like somewhat.
Yes, yeah.
But so but does it start with bacteria that already have the ability to break down plastics?
Yes, do you want to
Yes.
start? Yeah.
We found it in a couple of years in 2016. There's couple of scientists found that one of the bacteria, Nella psychiasis, they contain like PET and PET maize, and met maize.
So wait, those are enzymes
Those
that
are
break down
enzymes,
plastics?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And so these are naturally occurring in bacteria.
Yes, they identified in a degraded area. First time they identified, but the issue is they are less efficient in the environment. So our project is finding the best enzyme by mutating them, and identifying through molecular simulation the best acting enzyme, and then clone them into native species, because native species will be part of the ecosystem. So when you clone that enzyme into the native species, even though if the system fails up, the bacteria will be part of the ecosystem and it does not disturb the ecosystem. And so we used machine learning approaches to kind of mutate it and find the efficient one. So he's a machine learning expert.
Okay.
Expert.
And I remember, so you had a slide that showed different environments and different types of watery environments
Yes, yes.
and different bacteria that are native to those different environments.
exactly.
So you would start with those
Yes.
so that they are native to
Yes.
the, and then, so what's the warrior doll? Are you saying that the doll, it's an object
Yes, the doll.
and you've incorporated the enzyme?
So yeah, the doll is a structure, like it has a mouth, it has a sensor in it, and it picks up the plastic from the environment, and it has a stomach, which consists of a membrane embedded structure called microbial floater gels, where we embed the bacteria, and the bacteria start producing the enzymes. Once
Yeah.
the doll picks up it and then it ingests it, the bacteria starts secreting the
Right.
enzyme, and then it degrades it and releases the byproducts.
Because I remember like what happened here today is that this team is one of the 3 finalists in the Sciathon, and they got to present their project to business advisors and potential investors.
Yeah.
So really interesting opportunity. And I remember afterwards, one of the questions from someone in the audience was about the enzyme getting diluted. I think that they thought that you're releasing the enzyme
Yes.
into the water, but you're not.
Yes.
It's that the water comes into the device.
Yes, exactly.
And so it's not being diluted,
Yes.
it comes into the device, and that's where the action.
That's where the action takes place. And we kind of expanded our idea here, because one of the funder asked us the question like, because it produces a byproduct, and these byproducts are raw material for producing new plastics, and why can't you sell back to the company that it produced? So it's a good idea. So
Yeah.
initially, instead of releasing it to the environment, we thought of storing it and separating it, kind of we are developing in that aspect. So this Sciathon gave us more insights as well to develop our ideas
Yes.
much more, and that's more kind of inducing your curiosity to a level like what you can
Yeah.
do next and how you can expand it. So that's what it's all exciting about, when you present your idea, when you pitch your idea, you get more questions and you think about yourself introspectively and you discuss, and then you come up with a much more refined idea, So that's all
Yes.
about, we really enjoyed the Sciathon in that
Yes.
aspect,
Yes.
Excellent. Well, let me ask you, I don't want to keep you too long because there's so much going on here, but what are your impressions? Tell me something about the Lindau meeting itself. 2 of you have attended previous meetings, and I know, Ufuk, you've only been here about a day and a half,
Yes.
but let me start with you. What do you think so far?
I mean, it's kind of overwhelming because it's just so much going on, and it's just crazy to think that now, I mean, I'm a master's student, and now speak to Nobel laureates about problems that I somehow don't even understand. It's just like an overwhelming feeling. And I mean, you meet so many bright people, just like-minded people who are not only interested in the science, but also like on the societal impact. So people who really want to make a change, who think like science can be the solution to many problems in the world, which I think is very important. So that was like my hope, that I meet here nice people which share like same interests. And that's, I mean, I'm only here for 1 day, and I met like extremely crazy people who are just amazing, and I'm happy to keep to stay in contact with most people, and maybe.
Yeah, I have to
see.
say, you touched on something that, this is the 9th meeting I've attended, and you expect Nobel laureates
Yeah.
to have these noble aspirations and everything. But what I found every year is the young scientists are extraordinary, and not only at the science, but like you said, it's like, oh, these are people who not only love the science,
Yes.
but they care about the bigger picture. They care about
Exactly.
environmental issues. They
Exactly.
care about making a difference,
Exactly.
basically.
And I think that's the most important part in research. So.
Excellent. And anything you have to say about the Lindau meetings in general, Claire?
Yeah, coming back here for the second time is definitely, I can feel the deja vu of back in 2020, how exciting it, just talking to so many people.
Yeah.
You never know the next with the next person that come up to you might be working in the
Yes.
same area, and also just sitting and listen to the talks in physics today really just it really invigorate you with a new motivation, and just remember why are we like working on science, and the community aspect. I think it really gives you a lot of energy, and that we can take with us as we like leave the meeting.
Exactly,
Yes.
and that's why, again, like the motto for the meeting is educate, inspire, connect, and there's so many different kinds of connecting going on here, and a lot of it is just amongst the young scientists, maybe collaborations results and friendships for sure.
Exactly.
And what about you? Have you?
Yes, this is my actually third time. Last
Oh.
time also my Sciathon project got selected, so I came here. So it's always exciting when you come to Linda, because not only you meet Nobel laureates, you also meet young scientists from different part of the world, and that's the first time you meet them, and you feel like you are so connected, and also like getting inputs from Nobel laureates when you just talk about not only about science but also about the general lifestyle, how they have been and how they balance their work and life. And it's so exciting to talk to them, and the way they come across, because
Yes.
you are young scientists and you're going through this area of pressure, with a lot of academic pressure, political pressure, and also attracting grants. And how do you keep up, motivate yourself?
Yes.
You get that insight from them, and it's always enlightening to come to Linda, and that's what makes me to feel so happy to be here.
Yeah.
The experience itself, in a way, so good that you don't get it anywhere. And this is one of the conferences that's, I personally feel, the best one.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me, and congratulations
Thank
with
you,
your
Brian.
Sciathon project, and good luck with the future of it.
Thank you so
Brian.
much.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you
And
so
I'll
much.
be back soon to talk to the third team of finalists, but